Got my eyes straight ahead, got my head in the game. With the red light on, I'm just waiting for the change. Keep my head down low.
Okay, Jay Fallon, this is still a slippery slope. So I read this article this morning. I do a lot of reading, a lot of different articles, a lot of different things come through on the email. I like to read what Tyler Durden has to say and some of the things that he brings up. Tyler Durden, Alex Berenson, they're some of the journalists that I like to read. So I get updates from Zero Hedge. This article, I got to admit, I've got no idea when it comes to some of the things that this article delves into. And talking about gold and gold reserves, the possibility that Fort Knox apparently mightn't. There's this idea that it mightn't have the gold reserves that we've all been led to believe it has got in. Delving into this article, there is some fascinating aspects, and I sit there thinking, wow, where is this going to if the is it a conspiracy theory? I don't know if it's not a conspiracy theory. It's just people are concerned. But you start going down the rabbit hole, thinking, where could this possibly take us? I mean, if they do these checks, I'll get into the article so you know what I'm talking about. Stuff it. I'll just get into the articles because if I keep talking about it, you're going to be sitting there going, Jay, no idea what you're talking about here. Um, but this is fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. So, like I said, I get updates from Zero Hedge. Zero Hedge. So if you're interested in this kind of stuff, look, I think it's very fascinating. I would encourage anyone to check it out. So this headline here, let's do it. Rand Paul supports Fort Knox physical audit after Zero Hedge suggestion goes viral. So this is written by, like I said, Tyler Durden. One of the biggest questions over the past 50 years is whether the gold at Fort Knox, Kentucky, in Kentucky, America, is really there or if it's been plundered. This is not something who am I? But, you just assume everyone's heard of Fort Knox. If you've watched, yeah, how many corny B grade movies have people, talked about Fort Knox, the idea of breaking into Fort Knox? I just assumed the idea that there could possibly be gold stolen from it goes on. What we do know is that the last audit of America's gold stash was conducted on September 23, 1974. People, that's just over 50 years ago. What the heck? When the US Treasury opened just one of its 15 vaults at Fort Knox, so politicians and reporters could swarm the site for a 2-hour photo op with roughly 6% of the alleged amount held, adding to the complete farce. None of the bars being passed around for the camera were matched to a serial number, assayed, or tested for purity. Wow. Or even verified as US holdings. And what do they mean by this? Because foreign countries have previously stored their gold at Fort Knox as well. Okay, didn't know that. Since then, there has been no independent verification of the roughly 4,580 metric tons supposedly held by the Treasury outside of I won't say that, sorry, outside of annual vault seal checks that don't actually analyze the gold. Oh, and they've lost 7 of those. What the heck? Various efforts have been raised to audit Fort Knox, most recently in 2021 when Rep. Alex Mooney, okay, who's now dead, to audit America's gold holdings with a full assay, inventory, and audit of all US gold, which would include a full account of gold transactions undertaken by the US government. In 2010, former Libertarian Rep Ron Paul called for an independent audit of Fort Knox. It'd be nice for the American people to know whether or not the gold is there, Paul said at the time. So, with Elon Musk's team at Doge, including a gent who goes by the name of Big Balls, investigating government wide waste, fraud and abuse, we thought it might be helpful to point them towards Fort Knox. So this is what Zero Hedge, they put up a couple of posts, or put up a post on X yesterday. Hey, before I get into anything else, can I just say, all these silly mainstream media outlets that keep posting, they say X, and in brackets, formerly known as Twitter. Numpties, we all know it's X now. Can you stop putting formerly known as Twitter? Everyone in the world knows it's X. Twitter's gone. So quit referring to Twitter. Drives me nuts. Anyway, so Zero Hedge put up this post. It would be great if, at Elon Musk, could take a look inside Fort Knox just to make sure the 4,480 tons of US gold is there. Last time anyone looked was 50 years ago. Elon Musk responded, surely it's reviewed at least every year. The thing I do like about Elon is that he puts up things which they're just how the everyday person would think. You would, a bit of common sense. You would think, well, if you got all this extremely valuable precious metal locked up, surely you check it out do a little bit of an audit. But no, no, no. So the suggestion immediately went viral on X, with Senator Rand Paul indicating he's on board, saying, let's do it. He replied, Musk and team need to get to the bottom of just how deep the rot goes. Surely, and this Jeff Carlson, by whom he's replying to Elon Musk, by whom the same person you're auditing, the same people you're auditing now. So yeah, you're auditing these people for not doing the right thing, for wasting money, wasteful spending. And what, you think that they're the same people that are going to be auditing the gold? Oh my goodness. Anyway, what really also grabbed my attention was here in Australia, Senator Gerard Rennick. He's jumped in on the action saying the Bank of England should also be audited. They've been caught holding fake gold bars with duplicate serial numbers in the past. If one central bank is holding dodgy gold, how many others? The sad thing is that the RBA, as in the Reserve Bank of Australia, knowing this, still refuses to take Australia's gold. I'm not going to click on it because it'll take me other places. Anyway, take Australia's gold out of the Bank of England's reserves. That's what he said. So, but interestingly, we'll zoom in on this. This is what he's referring to. Reserve Bank of Australia. This was dated 19th of July 2021, strictly confidential. The Secretariat to the Senate Standing Committee of Economics. Here's the line here that he has highlighted, but we'll read just a little bit before that. This is from Gerard Rennick. So the information is strictly confidential, and we request that it is not shared outside the Senate Standing Committees on Economics. We request that it remain in the Secretariat's possession and be able to be viewed by committee members, but not copied. Publication of these data would raise security risks for the Reserve Bank. The existence of fake gold bars. That's very concerning. The existence of fake gold bars has been detected in the past by the presence of duplicate refiners' serial numbers. And yeah, I'm sitting there going, what the flip? This came from the Reserve Bank of Australia. The Reserve Bank of Australia. So the information contained in the table is as followed. Refiner, a code identifying the refiner of the bar, your batch number, reference batch number, assay, which is a measure of the bar's purity, material, year, customer number. So that really grabbed my attention because I'm thinking, well, okay, so the Bank of England, been caught holding fake gold bars. No one, that's the Bank of England, and Australia has gold bars sitting over there for whatever reason. I don't know. I didn't get into that. No one's actually gone and looked at Fort Knox since 1974. Crikey, just over 50 years ago now. Oh, I said they go. So what's the ramifications if they find out, if they go and do an audit and there's a heap of gold missing? What's going to happen? What does this mean for the world economy? if there's no, I mean, none of it's, our currencies, none of the currencies are backed by gold anymore anyway. But what does it mean? What do you think happens if they find out that someone siphoned it all off? And what if it wasn't just one particular, or multiple groups? What if it was just one particular group has siphoned it all off? And what, there's so many questions and so many possibilities. I'm excited to see where this goes. I I'm excited because I it's not hard to imagine that the gold could all be gone, that they've actually stolen it. If something hasn't been looked at for 50 years, that someone has just gone in, and wow, the can of worms that it would open. And if they go and they check it out and they find out that it's all been taken, or a large portion of it has been stolen, they need to do this now while Trump is well and truly in charge. They need to do all of this now. They need to bring it all down to bring the deep state. They need to unveil the whole deep state, bring it all to its knees. But what does it mean? Imagine if it's true. Imagine if all the gold has been stolen. Who would have done it? Why would they have done it? What is it that they want to achieve other than just having gold and being rich? It wouldn't just be one individual, surely. Have to be some cabal, deep state cabal. I don't know. It's just, where does this go? And why the heck would Australia, what does it mean if Australia, they know that the Bank of England has been caught with fake gold bars, and yet they refuse to take our gold bars out? The deep state runs deep, deep, deep. And if any of this comes to light, if anything comes to light that we have been all duped and that they don't hold the gold that they're supposedly, that is supposed to be there, it will just show that the deep state is way deeper than we could ever have imagined. But let me know what you think, where this could take us. This would be a wild conspiracy. This would be wild if it turns out that there's gold missing, especially if it's like a large amount. Let me know what you reckon. I think it's fascinating. It'll be fascinating to see where it all goes. And Bank of England, what the heck are you doing with the gold? In Australia, what are you doing? Why aren't you getting all that gold back? Well, this is what we can't trust. Our politicians, our bureaucrats, they all get paid phenomenal money, but we can't trust them. We've got no one who actually serves the public anymore. There's no open transparency. We need something like the Doge over here in Australia too. That's just my opinion. I'm still Jay Fallon. This is still a slippery slope. Let me know what you reckon. Later.
They just fuel the desire that will take me higher. I'm on fire because nothing's gonna bring me down. Nothing's gonna bring me down. Nothing's gonna stop me now. No one deals to be done. No nothing's gonna just focus on the goal. Nothing's gonna stop me now. Nothing's gonna hold me down. Got my eye on the prize. Got my eye